Support for Tales from the Podcast and 2G1C is brought to you by MANSCAPED. Head over to manscaped.com and get the Lawnmower 4.0 and get 20% off and free shipping when you use the code TFTP20. Your balls will thank you.
The Golden Girls reunion will not be seen this evening, so we may bring you something else that hipsters can watch ironically.
Hi there, my name is Bob Barnes, and summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? I haven't unveiled a beach bod in nigh 30 years, but you're in luck because our friends at Manscaped, they just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right, the 4.0. Compliment your dad bod or your six-pack, I always buy them in cases, I don't know what they're talking about, with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and it's calling your name, fellas. Unless you've got a weird name that it can't pronounce, then I guess you should check your mail. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trusted Manscaped and get ready for a hot summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping by using the code TFTP20 today. Now, as you can tell from my age, I haven't scaped much of my man area in a long time, mainly because if I twist myself too bad, I'll break my hip. But there was this one time where a razor got caught in my testicle hair, and it was dangling down and I couldn't wear a pair of trousers for quite some time. But with Manscaped, I was able to get a fresh and clean shave, and all of the ladies here in the nursing home really appreciated it. But now for you, it's time to bundle up the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. It is. Inside the package, you'll find their Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, weed whacker, and nose hair trimmers. That's the important thing for people of my age. In fact, George in 3C, man's got a forest coming out of his snars. Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, and Performance Boxer Briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the new Lawnmower 4.0, and this trimmer is insane. In fact, dare I say it's the GOAT of ball hair trimmers. Now, I don't know why you'd want to trim up goats' balls, but I mean, their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 is 7,000 RPM motor, a new multi-function on-off switch that can engage a travel lock and gives you the ability to turn the 4,000 LED spotlight on and off when needed for a more precise shave. You'll have to pardon me, folks. I have to read off of a script because I'm old and my memory's not... Where am I? Did I mention that this trimmer is waterproof, too? In the shower, or the bath, as I like to take, because I don't want to stand too long, I'll fall. Or in the wild, that's Mildred down in 4F, and from your chest pubes all the way down to the ball fro. What? The Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer for you. Want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker. I have a gentleman that comes and does that with a... Oh, it's for to chop your worst weeds in your nose and your ears. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. I used a rotary phone once. That was in... This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology, which also helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in all those delicate holes. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations. Before heading outside, I don't go out much anymore. Use Crop Preserver, ball deodorant to keep you on your game in the heat. Then, after trimming the lawn and whacking the weeds in the heat, give your beach balls a boost and use Crop Reviver. But I put those in the shed when I'm done. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0. The Manscaped Boxes and a shed travel bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to a new level. I wear tighty whities because I can put them over my shoulder. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping at manscaped.com. And use the code TFTP20. It's time to get smooth.
Hey there, and welcome to another episode of Tales from the Podcast, a terrifyingly fun bi-weekly show where we break down an episode of Tales from the Crypt. And we usually do that with the guests, and we have a lot of fun. But before we go ahead and introduce our guest today, let's go ahead, and I guess we already got some comments here. We got our buddy Josh in here. Hello. Hey, Josh, dude, thank you so much for tuning in, buddy. You're always appreciated. We got Sam checking us out. He misses Jack. Well, you might miss him for a lot longer. He has some allegations, and that's for a different show. I believe it's called How to Catch a Predator. And then we got David chiming in. The opening and closing sequence with the Crypt Keeper is very similar to those final confrontation in those classic Western films, movies like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. David, you're like a fucking encyclopedia, man. We fucking love you, though. And Sam, Ron, you're missing your calling. You need to do voice commercials. Yeah, I think he does. Ron is pretty fucking good with that. And Sam is getting sick of the MANSCAPED ads. And if you are sick of the MANSCAPED ads, feel free to sponsor the show and pay us the same amount, and we will let you take over the role. That is no problem. And so anyways, today is the first episode of Tales from the Podcast with the new co-host, the great Uncle Ron. How's it going, man?
Hello, everyone. Hello. I was waiting to be introduced because I'm an actor. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So here I am doing my thing, repping the show with the great shirt from Fright Rags. Use the code Ron10 for 10% off. I'm looking for. I wish it could have been a different episode, though.
Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. Right. We will.
I guarantee everyone who's watching that you're going to have way more fun this week than you did 2 weeks ago.
Right. Oh, look at this. We also got a new person in here commenting from YouTube. Strange Monkey Reviews. First time watching Tales from the Crypt, scared the hell out of me back in the day. Jenn Nangle is awesome. And
I mean, she's okay. I don't know why you bring her up, though.
Our first spoiler. Thanks, Strange Monkey. No, we're kidding. We love you guys. So anyways, Ron,
Yes.
since this was your first episode as the co-host, the new co-host of Tales from the Podcast,
Yes.
would you like to go ahead and bring up and introduce our guest for this evening?
No.
Okay.
No, yeah, of course. They can just sit down there and observe our greatness. No, our guest for this season 4, episode 8, Showdown, ladies and gentlemen, the Queen of Scream, the ever talented, ever fetching, mildly annoying Jenn Nangle.
You're not gonna bring her up?
I thought, okay. No, I'm sorry. I was over here over here stretching my leg out because my knee is locking up.
After that introduction, I show up late.
Yeah, well, I did say mildly annoying, so there you go.
Well, to be fair, she had to get ready.
Yeah,
I did. I did. I had to mentally prepare for tonight because you guys are always trouble. So
maybe
we're a lot less trouble than a Chris. Never mind. I was going to say something about Chris Hansen, but I'll keep my mouth shut.
Isn't that the fucking truth, though? So anyway,
you were just bringing a bucket of chicken and a 12-pack over to a 15-year-old girl's house? Yeah.
Chicken. No. So anyways, Jen, thank you so much for coming on once again. I believe you've been on maybe 2 or 3 times by now, and I think this is the first time that you've actually been on for a standard regular episode of Tales from the Podcast.
That's correct, because I've never watched an episode before and had to comment on it, and tonight is a fun one, so here we go.
Well, I am very happy that you enjoyed it, that's for sure.
No, she said it was fun. She didn't say she enjoyed it.
I was going to say, yeah, I don't know if I enjoyed it. But
well, I'm happy you had fun. You know, one thing I will say that we are good at is taking people and pushing them away from the norm of being on a show.
And putting them in very uncomfortable positions like the back of a Volkswagen.
Yeah. Sometimes
are we doing
do
that tonight? Because
I mean, if you need to limber up first, we can.
I'm gonna do some stretching so I can get back there.
Right.
So, anyways, Jen, what's going on new with you? Do you have anything going on recently?
Well, not. It's been a bumpy road, to be honest with you. Los Angeles is now officially opened up, so life has gone back to crazy town traffic and gridlock and lots of people coming into my survival job wanting to change their skin color to a different tone. But as far as
I saw that in a movie once with C. Thomas Howell.
Oh, hey. Well, that's what I do for a living.
So no more depressing short films over Zoom.
I actually another one, Ron.
What's that?
I know you haven't written something for me lately.
No, I haven't written anything lately. The most I've written lately is, "Hey, come watch this show."
But I have been making. Hi, Aaron. I have been making some short films with my best friend in the entire world, Charles Chudabala. He joined a film group called Just Scare Me, where they have to make a film within 2 months. And I was in his first one called 4. And I'm in his next one called The Gateway, which is coming out very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. That's definitely a little tearjerker. And I've been hosting SCS Entertainment's Saturday night feature film every week as Malvolia, the Queen of Screams. And I'll have to double check to see which film is premiering this Saturday with tomorrow, because they're all a blur for me. But that's been fun fair. Too. Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. I actually really do like what Charles, correct, is his name. I really do like a lot of the stuff that he was doing with you on Malvolia. I believe I referred to him as like your pet in a lot of the episodes.
Yes, he's my little.
May not be the most appropriate term for it, but it's a very fitting. It's fitting though.
It totally is. Anything that I say goes, and he does. So that is what it is.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna lie to you. I was I'm
saw that on Pornhub
surprised with the way how everything was going with him. I thought that I like just like watching the show and everything, like he is definitely, and I'm not to put anybody else down, but he is somebody who definitely shines during a lot of those Malvolia episodes. Like his presence is definitely one of those where it's like when he's on screen, you notice him.
Yeah, he should be the Queen of Screams.
That
whoa.
No, he
can only be one, and I'm eternal. I'm not dying anytime soon, so job ain't up for sale.
That's fair. Oh man. So anyways, just so people do know, like she says, she is doing a lot of the things right now with SCS. And as far as I know, they don't have like an actual YouTube page where it has like a real name. And I'm really sorry to show everybody, but this is the YouTube channel, and I will go ahead and I will No, I'm going to go ahead and I will post it in the chat. Now, they are doing these things, and then when they're doing them, I know that they're deleting them right away afterwards, too.
Yeah,
So,
you can only watch it live.
right. So this is definitely one of those YouTube
Right.
pages where you would actually want to subscribe to them so that, when they are live, you do get a notification. And obviously, who doesn't want to go see Malvolia?
I mean,
hand motion.
I'm
going to start doing that when I'm doing things. I love it. I do for sure. So, anyways, I think we should go ahead and jump into this episode because I think this is going to be a interesting one to talk about, to say the least. So,
I use the word interesting, but okay, we'll go with that.
Well, it's fun, right?
This is what my friends.
That's your word, by the way.
This episode is what my friends over at Welcome to the Basement call a talent bomb. It has all the talent in the world, and just fucking doesn't go anywhere.
Well, we'll get to that when we get to final thoughts. Let's not spoil it for everybody. So first off, let's start off. This episode is from season 4, episode 8, titled Showdown. And this episode originally aired August 1st of 1992. I was 4. Just going to throw that out there. I was 4 years old.
2.
I was 13.
I believe it entirely, both of you. And this is also based off of the Two-Fisted Tales issue number 37.
That's a dirty name for a comic. I saw that on Pornhub too.
Hey.
You saw the Two-Fisting Tales.
You know what? Her eyes glistened when I mentioned two-fisting on Pornhub.
Oh wow. Let's see. We got Sam Night chiming in. This is a great episode. Can't wait to get started. And Aaron, yeah. I was 12.
Aaron's old like me.
She's honest.
Well, that's implying something.
My question is, does Aaron get AARP cards in the mail like I do?
Doesn't everybody though? Like when you read us, I mean, I was
but
2.
it's like, but the thing is when I get them, I'm like, this is maybe. Isn't it? Maybe I should sign up.
Maybe. There are some pretty good discounts. So once my wife gets there, and I know I'm only a couple years away, I am 100% going to take full advantage of those discounts. There is no arguing that.
I thought you were going to say you were going to take full advantage of her as like a vegetable in bed or something. But
that's pretty harsh.
It's a whole other
And Sam says, "Damn, I was 4." See, Sam's the same age as me. Aaron,
and me.
Thank you. Yeah.
Well, no one is like you, man. No one is like you.
Right.
You're a whole level on your own. You're not. There's no one like you.
Malvolia is eternal, right?
Yes, forever and
ever.
And
for the record, before we get going, I did make her cry, but that's all I'm going to say about it.
Malvolia or Jen?
Jen. I did make her cry.
Well,
I didn't have to take my pants off, so
that usually works. So, anyways, guys, this episode was directed by the great Richard Donner, probably most famously known for Scrooged, Lethal Weapon, The Omen, Superman 1 and 2. And one of my all-time favorite childhood movies, The Goonies, including some music videos, including The Goonies Are Good Enough, which is probably one of the coolest music videos from the 90s. And then this was also written by Frank Darabont. Dream Warriors, The Blob, Fly 2, Shawshank Redemption, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, Green Mile, Mist. I mean, this guy's done a lot of shit. Not to mention
create The Walking Dead.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say next.
Yeah,
he did. He's been around. So like right away, directed and writing, we got some pretty major fucking talent right off the start. And then as far as the actors in this episode, we got David Morse as Tom. He was in the I always fuck this name up, and I think everybody does. The Langoliers.
Langoliers.
It's the Langoliers.
Yeah, see, Ron, he's what you call a one-upper.
I am.
He also was in 12 Monkeys, The Rock, Green Mile, and just shitloads of TV. But then again, with a lot of these actors that we get in these episodes, it's it's like 10 to 20 movies and then TV show, one bit part, and it's just all over the fucking place. We also got let's see if I can do this name. Maybe Rana help me out here.
Nope, I'm not helping you with this one. This is like consonants. That's all it is consonants. I feel like I'm having a corona attack when I'm saying that name.
It is a tough one. Nick Gilatoli. That's about as good as it's going to get. And he plays our main character in this, really, Billy. And most famously known for being in Child's Play, The Borrower, Shawshank Redemption, as well as one of my favorite, I would say, post-apocalyptic type movies, Waterworld. I like that movie. What's
weird about this, though, is David Morse got top billing over the main character.
There's a lot of weird things when we get to it. Trust me.
I'm like, what?
We also got Roderick Cook in this. He was in Amadeus, Spellbinder, lots of TV, of course. We also got Thomas Duffy in here. He was Deputy Wilson. He was in. Now, this right here might be one that you might not agree on at all, Ron, too. He was in my favorite Paul Hogan movie, Almost an Angel. I don't care. It's a good movie. Fuck
Just
you.
Paul Hogan, seriously, all around. It's like, boy, crikey, that's not a knife.
Not an Almost an Angel. But he was also in Wolf, Wagons East, Independence Day, The Lost World, Jurassic Park, Rubber, Super 8, also a lot of TV as well. We also got, what is it? Oh, God, I am going to be messing up so many names. Between the names and then my own kind of way I write. We got Monty Bass in this as well as Frank Little Bear. Pretty much a few small roles. Never really did anything.
As opposed to Frank Big Bear.
Right. Which, he was in that bear video that you did, right?
Yeah, he was actually. Yeah, and we had to take him to a dog groomer afterwards to get all the matting out.
Right.
Yeah,
See, that was before we had Manscaped, though.
Exactly. And now if he just uses the code TFTP20, you can save 20% and get free shipping.
Oh, wow.
Shameless
plugging. That was good.
Oh.
That was good.
Ow. I'm sorry. That hurt because I'm a whore. Ow.
Oh, man. We also got Grant Gelt in this. He was the little boy in this episode. He was in Sandlot. That's
probably a good thing we're not. It's probably a good thing I'm on this episode then if a little boy's going to be here.
That's fair enough. We also got Paul Murray as Harley. He pretty much just stuck to TV acting for the most part. We got Tommy Townsend in this as well. He was in Sin City, Toys, and then obviously a lot of TV stuff as well. And then we also had Mel Coleman in here as the blacksmith. He was in Madhouse, Suture, a few other little roles, but for the most part, a lot of these people never really did a lot of huge, like really, really big projects. Funny enough, Roderick Cook died in 1990. So I just want to throw that out there for a moment because this episode did air in 1992. Which
were they stockpiling them?
Obviously they had to have been. But on top of that, one of the weird little facts I'm going to go ahead and share with everybody about this episode is if you go and actually check out the IMDb page for this, you'll also notice that every one of these actors has 2 credits for this because this episode was actually initially released as a spinoff of Tales from the Crypt called Two-Fisted Tales. And this episode is actually a original story. Even though it took the name of Showdown, it actually has nothing to really do with the comic book. We'll get to that comic book once we get to it. But it's just a weird little interesting fact. But this right here was actually filmed for the Two-Fisted Tales series. It did air as a Two-Fisted Tales series. It just got canceled pretty quick. Nothing really happened with it. So it kind of just like reverted into the Tales from the Crypt. Obviously, the same producers and everybody behind it were the same people. So they just kept it within the show.
Yeah, I think when it first premiered, they said, "Oh, well, only David Wilt has seen this, so let's just re-release it."
Isn't that fair? Let's see. We also, I guess I'll catch up on some of these comments real quick before we actually get into the episode. So we got Strange Monkey Reviews. I don't remember this one, but I'm going to assume that the Crypt Keeper dressed up as a cowboy. That is a great assumption.
Ye fucking ha.
Yes, that's for sure. I'd say what too, like John Kassir, he kicks ass doing the whole like cowboy theme thing, still holding on to that Crypt Keeper voice. I mean, when it comes to voice acting, I honestly don't think that there's probably a guy better than John Kassir. The dude is fucking fantastic, and you know, I love the dude to death. And not to mention, when I had him on quite a while back, he was just an all around really nice dude. Let's see. We got Aaron here. I love that video. I'm assuming she's thinking about the Goonies are good enough. But yes, obviously. Then we got Sam. Well, Jen, I was going to agree and say not like you. I have no boobs, but I got man boobs.
But aren't man boobs boobs?
They might be.
It still counts.
Right? Sam, get a hold of me after the show, man. We'll set you up with an OnlyFans and we can try to make a little bit of money.
Have you tried nursing?
Not children. But no,
Yeah, please, no.
Got David Wilt here. Watching those old Western movies and shows, it shows you how people lived in those days because there was no internet or even anything connected to power. Yeah, that's true. Unfortunately, though, when you're watching a lot of these things, you notice a lot of the little flaws because you know none of us were around in those old Western times. So to make it entirely accurate, it's like almost impossible to begin with. But when we're filming nowadays, like you're still going to get lighting issues, watches on people, little things like that. I've seen it in countless movies.
I watch a lot. I've been rewatching Jericho. Remember that show Jericho with Skeet Ulrich? And I've been rewatching it, and I'm like, oh, well, look, they're all out of power because of an EMP. Isn't that lovely?
Let's see. Sam Knight, man, Ron, you a blue falcon. LOL.
Is that one of those like pills you take to get your penis erect?
Oh, no. Let's see. So does that mean there's no Tales from the Crypt comic for this episode? Well, they took the title. I will say that much. You're just gonna have to wait and just hopefully enjoy this episode until we get to the comic book comparison. And we got Aaron here. Yep, obviously I was right about the music video. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into this episode. So obviously we're gonna have our Crypt Keeper segments, our puns. Honestly, this is probably the best part of this episode.
Agreed.
But we'll keep going there, that's for sure. So this episode opens up. We have our cowboys kind of like what is it like when they're on horses, like trotting along, and it's Billy and Harley, I believe. Yeah, Harley. And Harley's been shot, and Billy's just trying to take him to the town, and he ends up falling off of his horse. So Billy goes and shoots him, kind of puts him out of his misery right from the start. So we start off with murder straight from the beginning. Which I guess for Tales from the Crypt is not a horrible thing. After that,
it's not Tales from the Sunflower Patch.
No, it's really not. After that, he ends up riding into town, which may I say, like they obviously had to have been using like a real like abandoned ghost town for some of this because there's no way that was in their budget for this episode, and it looked too legit.
To quit.
It was in my head. I just started laughing. I couldn't help it.
Hey.
Right. But he ends up going into town. He gets asked about the other horse because obviously there was somebody on it. It was saddled up and everything. He ends up just walking away, and as he's walking away, he gets kind of called out. And keep in mind, like while this is all going on, we get these flashes of these cowboys riding. And it's just the horses, and we're getting it consistently throughout this episode. It happens probably about 4 or 5 times in it, and just a weird little interesting thing there. It doesn't really. I feel like they just needed to fill a little bit of time because it really doesn't add anything to the story at all. But
I mean, I kind of disagree, but okay.
Oh, we'll get to that spot.
We will get there.
Yeah.
I'm very interested in hearing that. Like. I understand a certain part of it, but as many times I don't.
Oh, okay, yeah, true.
After he rides into town, he gets noticed by Tom McMurdo, I believe is the last name, and he's like a sheriff or a deputy type thing. He's a lawman, if you will, and he wants to take Billy in. And right away from there, it goes into a showdown, which title fits, I guess. And Billy ends up shooting him and then shooting him again, and he kills him. Tom's dead. And after that, he ends up going into a saloon, and he meets up with Cornelius, who has this special tonic that's supposed to help him have better reflexes, see better, just pretty much like what was that one movie with that pill? Come on, Ron, I know you know it.
Huh? I'm not. I'm watching Pornhub.
Oh yeah, of course you are.
Yeah.
I can't even think of the damn movie anyway.
Movie with Bradley Cooper.
I don't remember.
Limitless?
Limitless. There we go. It's like a limitless potion.
Mhm, mhm.
Yeah.
Pull that right out my ass.
I'm sure there's plenty of things you could pull out of there.
Yeah, like a MANSCAPED ad.
Let's not do that again. So anyways,
Are we going down in views right now?
No,
we're playing Pullman or Paxton.
No. So he ends up sitting down, having this conversation with him, and may I say, Billy, he had quite a decent haircut for being in the Wild West. I noticed that when he took his hat off on the sides, it definitely was
clean.
Like it was a pretty clean cut. Like they didn't do a great job with that part. But as soon as he takes this tonic, he starts to think Cornelius is lying to him, and then he starts noticing these people around and start recognizing who these people are. And very soon finds out that these are all the people that he has murdered or killed. To an extent, he even explains it himself as that he's killed these people fair. Like they were fair fights. And to a point, I guess, and if you go and watch a lot of these styles of movies, like a shootout like that is kind of like a fair fight back then. And you really can't be mad with the outcome. At least that's how it's portrayed to us nowadays, I guess. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong.
But I always thought that it was like you get one shot type of thing. You know what I mean? Because when he shoots David Morse in the beginning, he shoots him like right here, and it's like you'd figure then like, okay, well that's it, I got you. You're on your own now, kind of thing. I didn't realize that you could just keep shooting. The guy in the Home Alone videos. With,
right. I think we'll get to that in the comic.
The old man,
because think about one of the main characters in there in the comic book. You want to shoot how many times?
Yeah, once.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think really when you're going into a shootout, you're trying to kill the person. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Take them down,
so that's what I was doing wrong. Okay.
Yeah. So after realizing that all these people were people that he has killed, they tell Billy that he belongs with them and they want to take him still. Kind of going back to what Tom said to him earlier, where he wants to take him in. And Billy ends up kind of like freaking out and screaming for a little bit, and everybody ends up disappearing. And then we instantly have like this tourist group walk in, and it's like instantly goes into like a modern time. And they walk in, obviously they can't see him. They're talking about how they have the ghost of Billy there and everything. And Billy ends up walking outside and seeing all this stuff. And that's kind of one of the parts that kind of gets me is like, he wasn't shocked at all. Like all this new stuff, vehicles and stuff. Like,
what is that?
Yeah, exactly. But
he just automatically knew this was wrong. This is weird.
Right.
And this is wrong. Yeah.
And he goes right back into the bar, which I guess, if things are wrong, you're probably going to go and get drunk. But
and if you're known as a ghost, I guess you'd go back to that place.
I don't know. I'm not sure how that
I've seen enough episodes of Supernatural to know that ghosts stay in one spot.
They're stuck there for life, right? Or eternal life.
I don't know. Well, next time I won't have you on. We'll get Mavoli on, and we'll ask her. Yeah,
actually, is she there? Could you just kind of like yell out and see what she says?
Queen. No, I think she's hibernating.
But it's dark out. I mean, what the hell?
Get a hold of her closer to October, I'm assuming.
She's probably out hunting for victims. So.
Ooh.
Well, let's get Sam Knight's address to Malvolia then, because apparently it seems like he wants to. Never mind.
Oh man. So, anyways, after that, he ends up going back outside again because he hears somebody calling him out, and then it's Tommy, and it's kind of like a replay of before. And except this replay is a little bit different. We get shown a little bit more. And after Billy goes and kills Tommy, Tommy has his entire posse there, and they kind of just like come out from like on top of buildings, on top of stairs, outside of windows, behind barrels, and they shoot the fuck out of Billy. Apparently, it takes 2 shots to kill Tom and about 15 to kill Billy. So, like, Billy might have been the Terminator. I'm not sure. But after he dies, we get this scene where, the group of people who killed him are very proud of it. They killed Billy Quintain, and killed this day by us. That group of 6 people there, including that little boy. If you guys can see him,
and they put him in a hospital gown.
Yeah, and they gave him something to hug on to.
Right?
Yeah.
That's just how you did it back then, I guess. Just so people know, and this is on record now. Obviously, it's recorded. When I die, I would like to be. People can get pictures like that with me too. I would.
I'm already planning on it.
But after that ends up happening, we get another scene where, what is it? He ends up being able to see his own grave, and they're talking a little bit about it, and then they all get back on horses and ride off together, and that pretty much ends the entire episode. It's kind of short, well, not really a short episode, but there's a lot more filler in this episode than there are things that are happening. But anyways, that is the episode. I'm going to go ahead and let Uncle Ron take it off and tell us some of the comic book differences with this one.
Everything is different about this compared to the comic book. The comic book is about a guy who has no, he can't shoot anything. He got a lucky punch off on someone. And it's, oh my God, it's like he's like completely milquetoast. And he almost reminds me of Rick Moranis and Ghostbusters, like how like little and kind of inconsequential he is. Yeah. And then he eventually learns how to shoot. And he goes out on this cattle thing. I don't know what they're called. What the fuck do I look like? A rancher? Is this Dallas? Well, I mean,
almost.
Yeah,
this episode is almost.
Yeah, fucking. What do I look like? Fucking Larry Hagman. But I have my liver. And I'm not dead. And then like the person that taught him how to shoot gets killed, and he gets revenge, and that's it. There's no supernatural elements to it. It's just straight up Western. The only thing they only kept 2 things: the name and the fact that it's a Western. That's pretty much it.
Right. Yeah. So kind of like going back to what I said earlier, it's just one of those episodes where it was filmed for something else. They just used the name, and I believe there's this one, and like I think there's the 3 Little Pig episode of Tales from the Crypt near the end of season 7, and that's the only 2 episodes that are not based on any kind of comic book whatsoever.
Is that episode? Is that episode? Is the soundtrack done by Green Jelly?
I believe so. I will have to double check though. I'll double check that on the break. Anyways, though, before we go ahead and take our commercial break, I'm going to catch us up on some of these comments because they kind of piled up on me here. So we got David. One of my favorite Western shows I used to watch was Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman. The series was filmed at the now ill-fated Paramount.
Yeah,
Ranch.
It's all burned. It doesn't exist. Yeah.
Ooh. I never watched that one. I'll be honest with you. Like I've seen it on a lot, but it wasn't my thing. That's for sure.
A lot of locations have been burnt down. Like the only reason they worked the hill fire into the MASH finale is because the Fox lot was burning. Oh. So they had to work that in there so they could get away and work around it.
Interesting. Yeah. See, Tales from the Sunflower Patch. LOL, silly. And we got
I've been called worse.
Right. In my town, we used to have a horse riding place called Cowboy World. If they used a place like that, it would have been in their budget because everything would have already been built just like an old Western town. Yeah, I think they use like an abandoned town to kind of do a lot of it.
Yeah.
David, if you guys ever watched The Twilight Zone, there were several episodes that were Western themed. Mr. Denton on Doomsday, The Grave, Showdown with Race McGrew. Yes, you are right. They definitely hit a lot of those Western ones. LOL, Bradley Cooper. Yeah. Ron's watching Backdoor Girls 4 Part 3. Really had a cliffhanger ending.
It did. You didn't know what was hanging out of there.
Oh God. Oh, we got Sam. Not all fair fights. Some killed and get always like older gentlemen he plays cards with. Yeah, that's true. He was the only one though. All of them were a fair fight, and he did apologize to Cornelius because he did get shot by accident by a stray bullet. We got David again. One of the classic Western movies I have seen is the movie Shane, which also has a shootout scene. I challenge everybody to go and find a Western that really doesn't have a shootout scene. I feel like that's something that's fairly common in them.
Have you ever seen the Shane remake? It's called Logan.
I've seen Logan.
Yeah.
Let's see, Andy here. Oh shit, y'all. Oh, thanks, Andy, for tuning in, man. You know you're one of our favorite guys, dude. That's for sure. And Andy says, Jen, how are you getting younger? Dark magic?
Yes.
I'll never tell.
Ooh. Right. I have a feeling when you're feeding on victims, it can definitely help the aging process.
A lot of good nutrients in that. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I'm going to try to start doing that.
No, Boya just loves sucking people dry.
I forgot all about that. I forgot all about that.
Damn, I'm never going to live that down.
Well, to be fair, you definitely said it first.
What happens when you get me to improv? I'm like, saying random stuff. And I was drunk, too.
And that's what makes our show stand out. So it's fun. So we got Sam here. Prop me aside the jukebox when I die. I feel you. David gives a new meaning to the song Ghost Riders in the Sky. Yeah. And we got Ziggy here. Thank you, Ziggy, for tuning in. I believe, Ron, that's one of the little things that you use, isn't it?
Those are emotes, yes.
Yes, yes.
Also, little things that I use is referring to my member.
That's fair. Thank you, Ziggy, so much for tuning in. We appreciate you. Maybe we live in Dallas, Ron. Damn. Let's see, David. The episode has reference to the classic radio and TV show, The Lone Ranger.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you have, you liar. And we got Justin Cooper, Clayton Moore. I'm
That's
not
the
sure.
Lone Ranger.
Oh, all right. Let's see. I'm trying to think like where it was all in there. Let's see here. And we got Aaron. They used to be green Jello.
And then Bill Cosby got pissed. He tried to roofie the band Green Jello.
I hate you.
Too soon?
And Justin Cooper, little pig, let me in.
Not by the hair of my chin.
I like how you do the low voice out of all the people in here. You do it. All right, and we got Aaron here. What's your guys' favorite Tales from the Crypt episode?
I can't pick an episode, but I can tell you what my favorite Tales from the Crypt entity is.
Which is?
Demon Knight.
Demon Knight is your favorite?
Yeah.
Interesting. I
Billy Zane and Billy Sadler? I mean, come on.
Well,
and Dick Miller? I mean, for Christ's sake,
That's
fucking
fair.
Dick Miller.
So luckily for Aaron, I actually got a chance to go through some of these with Ron before the show, so I can actually show the comic book cover for mine. My favorite episode is from this issue, and that is Lower Birth. The Mummy and Enoch, the two-headed guy, those are the Crypt Keeper's parents. So in that episode, and it kind of like gives the entire like pretty much how the Crypt Keeper came to be, which is a really, really fun episode. At least I thought. And plus it was directed by Kevin Yeager, who is hands down probably one of the greatest special effects artists of all time. Jen, how about you? Do you have a favorite Tales from the Crypt episode?
Way to put her on the spot.
Oh, I am good at that.
Oh, yeah.
So good. You love embarrassing me. No, just kidding.
That's not
I mean, just
embarrassing.
not really. You know, I grew up watching Tales from the Crypt, but it's been so many moons that my memory doesn't serve me very well. So I'd have to go and revisit, which I'm definitely, now that I know that it's on YouTube, I will.
Right. Or if you ever feel the need to or whatever, I do have the box set too. That I would not hesitate to let you borrow.
How are we going to do that?
You would have to pay shipping. No.
I have to pay for a plane ticket.
Or you can use your magic Malvolia powers and just suck it across the country.
Ooh, hey, we like that word, don't we?
We do.
We do. That is true. And we got Chris Prevost.
Hi,
I really
Chris.
hope I said that right. I'm sorry if I didn't, Chris. He says, "What's up, all?" or "Sup, all." How's it going, Chris? Thank you very much for tuning in. Like I've said, we definitely appreciate everybody who's tuning in here. And we got Chris again, just joined. What are we talking about? We are talking about Tales from the Crypt, Season 4, Episode 8, Showdown. Oh man, I don't know if I'm ever going to catch up onto these comments here. We got Travis. Ron, what's good, my baby boy? I told you I would tune in. My legs were literally shaking from the back rub you gave me last week. You were definitely worth the $50. Can't wait to tickle your milk dud again, Pooh Bear.
Okay, I'm gonna comment on this. First off, it was
$50?
$100.
Oh.
All right, and second of all,
It
they're
doesn't
bigger
count the
than
tip
milk
for
duds.
finishing.
I mean, look, he's just upset that I finished all over his face and it looked like he had that peel stuff on.
Okay, so we also got David here. The twist plot is the dead along trope, where the characters who believe they're all alive have been dead all along, like the Sixth Sense, also in Twilight Zone episode, The Hitchhiker. The female protagonist finds out that she is dead. Yes, this is a very common trope. I can't argue that at all. And we got Ziggy. Oh my fucking god, Ron! I'm assuming that's about your backdoor girls. And
Women say that about me all the time.
right.
And you know what? Most people call me Uncle Ron, but some women can call me Daddy.
Oh god. And
What are you doing here?
I'm not sure.
You're loving your Friday night is what you're doing here.
Hey. I
He
should
says,
have had a drink before
Never
this.
too soon for a Bill Cosby joke. All right. And then Ziggy, Jen, your background is amazing.
Thank you. It's
Ziggy needs
my-
to watch Malvolia. I think Ziggy would really like Malvolia.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ziggy, if you go and look at the bottom with everything that's scrolling there, some of the links there, like for instance, Instagram.com/Queen Malvolia will take you to her page. Or if you go and just look up Malvolia on YouTube, you'll get right to the page right away. And there's 4 seasons of Malvolia on there, as well as her going through and hosting stuff for SCS Entertainment right now as well. So you can have plenty of time watching her.
And you can watch her Vogue right now.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good thing I got that out. I have a belly full of Diet Pepsi.
And we got Cooper.
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Damn, the 3 little pigs. I really, really hope it is. Let's see here. He goes, Ron is correct. Demon Knight was amazing. Yeah, Demon Knight is amazing. And Ziggy, such a great episode. And
She's obviously not talking about Showdown.
no, I believe she's actually talking about Lower Birth, since I was the only person that actually named an episode.
Fair.
Oh, I thought she was talking about us. I thought she thought we were a great episode.
Well, maybe. We haven't even hit halfway mark.
Well, just let me do my live read first before you say that.
All right. Let's see here. Oh yeah, says Aaron. Ziggy says really sad though. I'm assuming she's still talking about the Lower Birth episode. Aaron says I have all the DVDs. I loved Only Sin Deep. That is a really good one too. That is, and honestly, Jen, I think you would probably really like that one as well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Stephen O'Kane says Dead Right was a good episode. Dead right it was. And let's see, David here. Lower Birth stars Patricia Arquette's father, Louis Arquette. True. Sam Knight, Yellow, best episode. Obviously, for those who don't know, Sam is a veteran. So I can see why he thinks Yellow is probably one of his favorite episodes, at least.
Oh, we're not talking about our favorite Coldplay songs?
Oh,
They
God,
were
I hope
all
not.
yellow.
Thank you. I'm glad somebody got that.
I got it. I just wasn't gonna make it go any farther. Let's see here. Aaron, is that a cat in the background? I'm assuming you're talking about me. And yeah, my cat's never done this. In the 3 years of podcasting, this is the first time ever, and it's happened twice in the last 20 minutes
Got
when
tame
my
that
cat's
pussy.
trying to climb on my desk. So, right. Ziggy, who is vetting these comments? No idea. Let's see here. The hitchhiker, says Aaron. Then, like how the dude in Jenna background looks like he is resting his head on her shoulder. Oh yeah, the head behind her. Yeah, she's so close to it. It kind of does look like that. That's for sure.
That's George.
And we got Chris. Cool. Repping www.pophorror.com here.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check you out, man. This is the first time you're over here checking it out.
I know all about pop horror.
Do you?
I don't like visit it very often, but I know it. And I know that a French publication once called Roger Corman the Pope of pop horror.
Ooh, interesting. Let's see here. And Ziggy says, got it, following it all. So, Jen, you're probably getting some notifications here. And let's see. But does she like turtles?
As in the Teenage Mutant variety.
Yes. Definitely the Teenage Mutant Ninja variety.
Pizza.
Is it pizza time?
No, don't. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles like pizza.
Yeah. Cooper was asking if you like the Ninja Turtles.
If I do?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like pizza. So I like to hang out with the turtles. I don't know. I'm losing my mind here.
Right. Aaron says, sorry, I thought I heard a cat meowing in the background. Yeah, you completely
You're
did.
right. Yeah.
That's for sure. Let's see here. If you watch the first season, it is the only season where the entire cast episode is in the end credits. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that either. Let's see here, Aaron. Oh, I love cats. I will let you have one of them. We got a couple of them. In fact, that cat that is meowing, that cat actually is the reason I broke my foot the last time, and I was off of work for like 4 months. Let's see. Ziggy, by the way, you murderer, best episode. We're definitely going to have to talk more about some of these episodes, Ziggy. David, there was a horror anthology series that was like a pre-Tales from the Crypt called The Hitchhiker.
I remember that.
Yes, you were right. In fact, when the music for my show was actually being made, I had a good friend of mine, Tiny White from the band called the Deadites. And how I explained how I wanted it to be was I said, I wanted it to be a Tales from the Crypt theme song that was very noticeably similar, but with a hitchhiker vibe from that theme song. So you could definitely notice a lot of the similarities there. And Aaron says, I do. Ninja Turtle. Like Cooper, of course. And then Jen, get your head out of the sewer. And then Aaron, LOL static.
I see what he did there.
Oh, yeah. Right. So anyways, that caught us up on the comments while we were talking about the episode. So yeah, Jen, to answer your question, the viewers didn't go down at all. So
Touche.
That was a lot of comments to definitely go with. So before we go ahead and talk about what we thought about this episode, we are going to take a quick commercial break after our good buddy here, Uncle Ron, decides to give us a small mid-roll read.
Small? Nothing about me is small. Anyway, summer's coming. Shut up. Summer's coming. Are you ready to unveil your beach bod? You're in luck. Our friends at MANSCAPED just launched their 4th generation performance package, which includes the Lawnmower 4.0. You heard that right. The 4.0. It's like Apple. They keep putting out new OSs, and you just can't keep up. Complement your summer bod with a trim from the leaders in male grooming. The sun is shining and calling your name, fellas. The son's a female, apparently. Join the 2 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped and get ready for hot guys summer by going to manscaped.com for 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 today. Now, when it comes to this kind of stuff, for the longest time, I didn't do any kind of manscaping. I would just let the ladies down there. But then the ladies stopped coming down there, and I realized I had to start manscaping. And it's time to bundle up with the Manscaped Performance Package 4.0. Inside this package, you'll find the Layer Lawnmower 4.0 trimmer, Weed Whacker ear, nose, hair trimmer, Crop Preserver ball deodorant, Crop Reviver toner, Performance boxer briefs, and a travel bag to hold your goodies. They don't mean your balls. First off, the new Performance Package 4.0 includes the new Lawnmower 4.0. The trimmer is insane and, dare I say, the GOAT of ball trimmers. Yeah, they said it. Their 4th generation trimmer features a cutting-edge ceramic blade to reduce grooming accidents thanks to their advanced skin-safe technology. The Lawnmower 4.0 has a 7,000 RPM motor, a new multifunction on-off switch that can engage a travel lock because you don't want to be traveling and have it start up and people think it's a vibrator. And gives you the ability to turn the 4,000 LED spotlight on and off when needed for a precise shave, because apparently they think people can bend that. Never mind. Where was I now? Oh, yeah, precise shave. Did I also mention that this trimmer is waterproof, too? In the shower or in the wild, and from your chest pubes all the way down to your ball fro. Your ball fro.
What's a ball fro?
Nasty.
I'm pretty sure that everybody on the cast of Welcome Back, Kotter had a ball fro.
I was gonna say, is it a 70s trend?
Maybe. you know a porn's made in the 70s if the vagina has an afro. The Lawnmower 4.0 is the best trimmer for you. Want to take your grooming game even further to the next level? The Performance Package 4.0 also includes the Weed Whacker to chop your worst weeds up top in your nose and ear. Whoever wrote this, I mean, come on, call me up. I'll rewrite this for you. Seriously. The Weed Whacker is also waterproof and uses a 9,000 RPM motor-powered 360-degree rotary dual-blade system. This nose and ear hair trimmer provides proprietary skin-safe technology. It was created by Skynet, which helps prevent nicks, snags, and tugs in those delicate holes. Seal the deal with Manscaped's liquid formulations. It like Dexter's Lab shit here. Before heading out, use crop preserver ball deodorant to keep you on your game in the heat. Then after trimming the lawn and whacking the weeds, which is what I hire people to do at my house, give your beach balls a boost and use Crop Reviver. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts to their Performance Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers and Shed Travel Bag. Bring your comfort and boxers to another level. And you can get 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code TFTP20 at manscaped.com. Escape the shrub and weeds this summer, which is where I get most of my restraining orders, and shine with manscaped.com.
Are you a fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle comic books? Then Epic Tales from the Sewers is a podcast for you. We cover the comic books, video games, movies, cartoons, and anything else turtle related. We talk about the toys, we talk about the cereal, we talk about all the fun things about turtles that we love so much. So give a listen. You can find us on iTunes, Google Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more. Check out Epic Tales from the Sewers, part of the Epic Airways podcast. Give a listen, dudes. Cowabunga is this podcast for you.
Greetings! We are the Retro Reductopus Cephala Podcast, a bi-weekly show that celebrates all the things that made growing up awesome.
He's right. We wax philosophic about lots of geeky crap like old video games and movies, toys, cartoons. I don't know, help me out here.
Music, pants, quoting video games that don't have dialogues, shabibans, tasty news,
Unnecessarily long Japanese onomatopoeia.
butt breathers, uncomfortable nature facts.
or how to install a thermoflange.
And unlike all those other podcasts, we at Retro Redoctopus have an exciting rotating host schedule.
Do we?
We sure do. So, if you didn't like the guy flapping his gums this week,
Like me.
worry not, gentle listener. Next week we'll have a whole new host.
Of problems.
Hey, they might still suck, but they'll suck differently.
And you know what's really cool? Retro Reductopus is part of the Dorkening and Inebriar podcast networks, with new episodes every Tentacle Tuesday.
Which is like every other Tuesday. We named it.
Anyways, you can listen to us at iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, Stitcher,
Or any podcast player cool enough to carry the only show that celebrates all things that make growing up awesome.
Everything about our food is changing. The way we cook it, the way we eat it, and the way we share it. And that's why I'm encouraging you to come and check out Pardon My Fork. Conveniently packaged in hour-long episodes and available anywhere you find your favorite podcasts and at pardonmyfork.com. We are talking to home cooks, chefs, Food Network stars, and world food champions. So cleanse your palate and come and get a heaping helping of Pardon My Fork.
Hello, this is the Sasquatch, aka Bigfoot, but you can just call me Frank. And when I'm not stomping around the woods throwing rocks at hunters, I like to listen to the Paranormal Punchers podcast. That's right, Paranormal Punchers. They talk about all things paranormal, and they're hilarious. Go find them on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Google Play, and ParanormalPunchers.com.
Submitted for the approval of the Midnight Society. A whole new season of spine-tingling tales.
For the first time in We're Not Afraid of the Dark history, we're actually going to watch a erotic scene
together. Just a couple brothers watching porn together. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, on air right now. This is the biggest plot hole I saw this, by the way. How in the fuck does she take him back in town for
But she made it a point to bump him. But no, I agree.
How do you not catch this?
I was drunk when I watched this.
Whoa, so were we. Yeah.
But yeah, there's just this giant fucking board right here ready to lock down.
Like it has hooks that you latch the fucking door to lock it.
She is on Mr. Skid. I'll put a link in the show there. She does get it. And she's listed as great nudity. She's a red-haired girl. They say she has great national tits.
See?
You seen her black people in this episode?
I like how she's exercising while eating it, and then she's in the bathroom taking a shit, reading the story, and the plate's on the floor.
And this is also the first episode where our main characters aren't just a bunch of generic white kids.
Trick or Treat Radio is a phantasmagorical spin kick straight through the heart of pop culture, navigated by the Deadites. We are the world's greatest electroshock band, we destroy monsters, we drink booze, and we win championship belts. If you're not listening to Trick or Treat Radio, here's a taste of what you've been missing.
There's 3 guarantees in life. What are they? Death, taxes, and Trick or Treat Radio every Friday morning.
This is one of the most convoluted movies I've ever seen in my life.
I'm fucking trying, man.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you took a shit on a pile of shit.
But you shit on him for liking what he likes.
Yeah, well, it's my job.
This podcast is now banned in Germany.
It's me, Giovanni Lombardo Radici.
Shut up. I call bullshit. I demand someone to bring me the face of Lindsay Lohan.
If I had genitals, I would definitely bang her.
Oh, wait. Was she a great big fan person?
You just hit the jackpot.
This is a weird movie, huh?
It had action, it had suspense, it had great characters, it had great acting.
I'm gonna strangle you with my jockey shorts.
I don't like mobster movies.
All right, well, here's my take. You're a sick fuck.
Thank you. Now shut the fuck up and let me talk.
Have you ever seen 2001?
The box, right? The box and the monkey.
Available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and trickortreatradio.com.
Arrivederci, douchebag.
Why am I big?
Because I forgot to thank you back off. So anyways, welcome back,
Numbers
everybody.
went down when you came back and it was my mug.
Well, you know, that's bound to happen. I should have kept Jen up there. That's for sure. So anyways.
Let's do that and see what happens. We'll watch the... Oh, shit! Oh. That's not what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Thanks.
I'll let you handle that shit. I'm done.
Probably a good idea. So, anyways, we've talked about the episode. We've done our comic book comparison, but we haven't talked about what we thought about it. And we got Sam Knight still here. We were talking about the badges and everything. And Steve Merlo. Steve, man, thanks, man, for tuning in. Meet Mungus Merlo. He is actually doing a Texas Chainsaw Massacre inspired fan film right now. So everybody should go check out him over there. Obviously, you can see his YouTube name right there. You didn't miss a whole lot, just most of the show, but it's okay.
And I'll be playing Leatherface. I don't even need makeup.
Right, that's fair. So, anyway, since we went ahead and discussed everything, we should probably go ahead and get into our thoughts on this and give it a rating between 1 and 10, 10 being the best. Ron, why don't you go ahead and start us off with this real quick?
5.
Well, you're gonna give
and that's it.
That's it.
It's like 5. Like I said before, it's a talent bomb. It's a huge talent bomb. You have all these talented individuals, and it was just like it was a waste of celluloid. Not to the point that it's Army of the Dead or anything else that Zack Snyder's made, but it's it's just whatever. If I want to watch a Western, I'll watch like The Quick and the Dead, or there's that one with what the fuck was it called? With John Travolta recently came out. I think with Ethan Hawke.
I don't know.
But it was good. It was really good. But yeah, no, it's 5, and that's what I'm not. It's not horrible because of all the people behind it, but it's also not fantastic because it was just kind of almost a throwaway.
All right, that's fair. That's fair. So, Jen, why don't you go ahead and tell everybody what you thought about this episode and give your rating?
Well, now that I know that it was... Oh, wow.
Numbers go up.
Hi. Now that I know that it wasn't it wasn't based off a comic book, it was something completely different. I get it now because it just felt totally out of place. I don't know. It was definitely a slow burn, which is not really my favorites. It was a Western, which again is really not one of my favorites. I couldn't even get through Back to the Future Part 3. So,
Take it you didn't like the cartoon then.
I gotta come back and get Einstein.
So, I want to comment about the horses though, because you're right. There was like a lot of like snippets. I'll call them snippets of the horses, which I was like, okay, I get it, and like I liked how it all connected at the end, but they should have made those longer and less of them instead of like these quick little things constantly. Like it just the edit was just very strange too.
You know what's funny is my ex-girlfriend had the same complaint. It was little things coming at her all the time.
Little sniblets coming at her.
Sniblets coming at her all the time.
I feel her pain. So I don't know. I mean, it just didn't flow very easily and nicely. So
it was very jumbled when you throw that stuff in. It was very.
It's kind of all over the place too. You know, it's like I don't know. Like Western and then dreamlike and then kind of fantasy and we're propelled back and forth in time and I don't know, it just feels like it's all over the place. So
that's fair.
I will give it a 4.
A 4?
Ooh.
Okay. All right.
Because it was season 4.
Episode 8. So would you give it a 4.8? No,
let's give it a 4.8.
A 4.8. Yeah, we're just gonna stick with it. Now I know the next time I have her on, I'll be like, what season is this? Oh, it's a 6.2. No. So
yeah, never an episode's never getting a 10 from me.
Oh, not this one.
No, God no.
All right. I guess as far as me now, I
don't see anybody else around here, taxi driver.
Yeah, so I guess to like go on and add to like kind of what Jen was saying there, like this right here was after me doing the research that I do and everything, it is very obvious that this was not filmed for Tales from the Crypt.
I wonder why. Do you know why?
Yeah, it did not. Two Fisted Tales did not go over very well. They also tried to do it, I believe, with Weird Science as well. It is actually a EC property, and that was another one of the series that they tried to do the spinoffs because, like, the first few seasons of Tales from the Crypt were like a pretty big hit, so they were trying to just like play off of that. Like any other kind of company out there, if something starts to make money, you make more of it. That's simple. Yeah. And when those spinoffs started to flop, they just got rid of them but kept the episodes and just pushed them into the.
They were like, "Oh, we already spent money on these. We might as well use them to our benefit," kind of thing.
Right? Yeah, they had the EC properties already through Joel Silver Holdings, so they were able to do that. So I kind of see where they were going with it and everything, but I didn't really. Some of the spinoffs just weren't that great. That's for sure. There's a lot of the EC comic books that just really don't fit in. Like I showed Ron earlier, like I got the whole collection of Aces High, and it's you're talking about old fighter planes and stuff. Like it's entirely different than what you would expect. But EC kind of went through a lot of phases, and after the Comic Code trials and Marvel and DC kind of being total fucking dickheads because EC completely outsold them on everything. So they ended up putting that Comic Code into effect to pretty much halt what EC was doing. And that's why EC went from doing comic books to just doing one magazine, which turned into Mad Magazine, which is an EC property from the Gaines family as well.
And now I think DC is putting out Mad Magazine.
Yeah. Now let's see here. We also have now I guess as far as what I thought about this episode. This episode was like there's a lot of unnecessary bullshit in it, just to be 100% honest. The little twist there is good. I do like that. I like the fact that he's doing this and then all these people are dead. I thought that was really, really cool. And kind of like what David was saying earlier, it's like, like kind of like the Sixth Sense almost, but years beforehand. And that little bit of that twist there was really cool. The rest of this entire episode was kind of garbage to me, though, especially, considering the talent behind this. Man, with Donner's name on it, and Darabont, like, it's just like, for real, this is what you guys got? And so overall, I guess for my rating, I'm going to I'm going to go with like a 4.5, 5. I'm like right there with Jen on this one. This one was just not for me personally. I think they could have done way better with it. That's for sure. And I guess that kind of wraps up what we thought about this episode and everything. So
now, what do you give this episode?
What do I give this? I didn't know.
Well, obviously it's 10 because I'm
4.
here.
No, I'm joking. Well, we got Ron here, so Ron takes it down to a 5.
That's true.
That's well, fair. A 10 plus is, when you average out numbers, a 10 and a 0, you get a 5. So you were the 10. Don't worry.
All right. Okay.
And I'm the 0.
Right. So I guess before we go ahead and continue on, we're going to go ahead and catch up on some of these comments here. Ron, you're a one-man show. David, True Grit is the movie you were thinking of.
No, it's not.
It's not?
No.
Well, David, you were wrong. I think it's the first time I think David was wrong about something. Let's see here. It is what it is. Obviously, these people are talking about the Western aspect of it. And we got Carlos Borloff, Jerry Moore. What a name. I've been binging Popeye cartoons. Awesome, man.
By the way, the film is called In a Valley of Violence.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
And he says, well, blow me down. And he says, zombie horses.
No, Volia will suck you. Never mind.
No. If
you're lucky.
I'm not lucky.
You heard it here. Zombie horses. That would have actually made this a very interesting episode. That
would have been awesome.
Yeah, I completely agree. And Aaron, I am kind of bored by Westerns. I fully agree with you. That's for sure. Sam says, dude, solid 7. If you like Westerns and you look deeper into what you're seeing, put yourself in his boots. I see creepy. I see the creepy of it. So yeah, 7. And we're all entitled to our own opinions. Some of us are right. Some of us are wrong, though. No, I'm joking, Sam.
No, he's wrong.
Carlos here. Old movies would dolly the camera instead of flash cutting editing. Long shots are awesome. I completely agree. One of my favorite long shots is the hallway fighting scene of Old Boy. If you have not seen it, I strongly suggest everybody see it because that was like one take and that was fucking incredible. That's for sure. And yes, to each his or her own. I liked it.
There's also a really good shot in the first season of True Detective.
Really?
Yeah, I'll send you a link to it. It's like a 5 or 6 minute continuous take.
Right. And Sam says it didn't have the Tales from the Crypt feel. I give you that. And I kind of explained like why that was. And after going and looking into it, it really does make sense. David says it was perversions of science because there was also a series called Weird Science, which was also a spinoff of the 80s comedy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they also had a Weird Science comic too from EC. And they did. So yeah, it was definitely one of those things that was on there. And let's see here, Sam Knight. I agree with the second twist stuff I think he's talking about Back to the Future. I agree. The second twist I think he had to have been talking about
the future was not necessary. I liked the second one.
Right, obviously, I'm talking about the original. The American remake is not bad either. I do think Josh Brolin did a really good job, and that kind of ties into this episode a little bit with Donner doing Goonies and Josh Brolin being the older brother in the Goonies. And then we got Merlot.
Look at that.
Yeah, wish I caught more of it tonight, guys, but glad I could catch the end of it. Man, we are glad that you were able to come on here anytime and check us out, buddy. That's for sure. And obviously, like I told you earlier, I definitely got to get you back on here again soon. We're all rooting for you, really hoping to see this Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film. Just everything that you're doing just looks fucking amazing, dude. I'm proud of you, that's for sure. So, anyways, before we go ahead and wrap this up and get the fuck out of here, guys, Jen, is there anything new going on with you or anything that you would like to share with us? Yeah.
Just that beautiful smile.
So I just, I've just been writing a little bit, which is great because I hit such a writer's block in 2020. So I've been writing a feature, which I'm very excited about. And yeah, the Gateway is coming out in the next couple of weeks. That's the short with me and Charles. It's very dark and emotional, and you get to see a whole different well, I guess not. Ron made me cry, so
I did, and I'll tell you that story off the air.
You already told me.
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just little projects are kind of sneaking out here and there, and I'm gearing up to shoot another feature at the end of August that was postponed pre-COVID.
Now, I have a legit question here. Is there still COVID restrictions even though things are opened up, or like on set, or is it just like willy-nilly, let's lick doorknobs?
It's so strange. Like I just think it kind of just I believe that there are all the sets that I've gone to, there's always been like really small casts and stuff. So the one that I'm shooting at the end of August will be interesting because there's a lot of us going to be shooting together at once.
Well, I talked to a friend of the show. I'm not going to say his name, but I think JB knows what I'm talking about. And he was telling me that when it comes to like the big productions now, they'll shoot the scene, and then someone will have to, one unit is allowed on at a time. Like if it's set decoration, they're on there. Then they have to clean everything off, and then the next lighting comes in. Then they have to clean everything, and it's just like this big.
It's a lot of extra time.
Yeah,
a lot of extra time.
Just so we can see another Michael Bay movie.
Yeah. So I don't know, but like it's free for all. It went from one day like everybody being super cautious and everybody now being like, whatever, no social distancing, who cares? Like, and it's like we're still in a pandemic. What are we doing?
I know. After I got my second shot, I decided I was going to go make out with homeless people. So
did you? How was that?
No, they turned me down. So yeah,
The second shot didn't save him from herpes.
No, it didn't. You know what though? I'm glad I have herpes because now I can learn. I can get a position as a manager because I've had to manage that.
Well, to be fair, every time I see herpes on a commercial, those guys are going like kayaking and horseback riding.
They're having a grand old life.
Yeah, they make.
If I had herpes,
really
I'd lock
fun.
myself in my house and never leave. I'd be like, I can't infect the world with my genital
I'm
bumps.
pretty sure that you're required to go horseback riding and go kayaking
Yeah,
every
you
time.
gotta-
Go and watch any of those commercials. They're always doing really fun shit. Herpes
Having good times with their
people are
families.
clearly the
Mhm.
happiest.
They're
So I-
herpes-riddled families.
Oh God, yeah. Right. So, anyways, Jen, I do have a question for you as well.
Yeah.
Now, like I understand we're like a little bit over halfway through June, but obviously, Thanksgiving's coming up. We got October, Halloween coming up. Are we possibly going to be expecting to see more Malvolia this year and maybe a full-blown season 5?
Maybe. Probably. Honestly, like probably. I honestly haven't thought about it yet. I usually don't think about it till like August.
The
when
last
it'll
minute?
Yeah, I'm the last minute girl. So I usually start thinking about what the Halloween special is going to be in August. I don't know, to be honest with you. I mean, season 4 was really tough because of 2020 and I didn't get a lot of short film submissions. So if any of you filmmakers are watching right now and you want the queen to showcase your short film, send it to me. I'll host it. We'll get more eyes on it. Is that Ron volunteering?
Ron,
I
Ron
think it
hasn't made anything since you
Oh.
bawled your eyes out.
We can showcase that.
You really want to do 20 minutes?
Sure, yeah, why not?
We'll talk. We'll talk.
She has before, that's for sure. And obviously,
That's what I heard that about Malvolia. I don't know about Jen.
Right.
She's
of course.
What do
as
I do
always,
here? What am I doing? What do I
if you
bring
do
out in
need a
this
writer
woman?
or anything, let me know.
Like, what am I doing? What do I
my
bring
God,
out in this
JP, we
woman
should
every
do
time she's
something.
on?
I know you make me say the worst stuff.
I do.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, JB, we should do something again. We should try and figure something again. We should bring you back to life or something.
Oh, I'm 100% down. You don't even have to bring me back to life. You could just show me dead. I'm okay
Zombie
with
DJ?
that.
With your cute noose around your neck. Yeah.
I definitely did that.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
that was a lot of fun, though. I will say I had a lot of fun doing it. That's for sure.
It
And
came together really
I heard that was
nicely.
the best episode ever.
Oh, ever.
It was all right.
Ever. Yeah,
Alright.
I heard it outdid all of them. That was
All
the
of
one
it.
that got you monetized, I heard.
Totally.
Actually, that's when I got her demonetized and thrown into a pit.
Right. And
Yes.
it brought on the decline.
Yes.
Well,
The
I'm
decline of Western
assuming that you will at
civilization,
least
part
let
2, the
us
Metal
know.
Years.
Right.
I will keep you all posted on what's going on for sure. Yeah.
Awesome. And obviously you'll have to come back on and talk about it too.
I mean, obviously.
Right. And of course, I will if that is the case and everything, we'll definitely try to put together another thing like we did last year.
Yeah. I would love
I had
that.
a lot of fun doing that as well too. That was a blast.
Yeah.
So, oh god. So anyways, before we go ahead and get out of here, I'm going to catch us up on the comments here. So we got Cooper, Back to the Future 3. I think we already talked about that one. Points to his junk at the end. I don't remember that in Back to the Future 3.
I do.
I don't think I even got to the end. So
Really? I did. Like that one, the whole time I think about it is like, instead of calling Marty McFly chicken and him getting pissed off, you just called him yellow. Like that's the only thing I really like.
You're a Coldplay song,
yellow.
McFly.
Right. We got Merlot here. Thanks so much, man. Dude, you're very welcome. That's for sure. And then we got Sam Knight. By the way, Josh Fighter is the worst killer in Dead by Daylight. Jen, I don't know if you know about the video game Dead by Daylight. It's a
I've heard of it, but I don't know much
video
of it.
game. Yeah. So Josh Fighter, the person who was commenting earlier, is one of our friends, and yeah. He was just giving him shit on there. And then we got Aaron here as well. I love your Halloween specials.
I think Jen should do a Vommy Mommy cosplay.
That could probably work out good if she knew who you were talking about.
I'll send you a picture. Yeah, because you would.
Okay,
yeah.
Definitely. Let's see here. Yeah, obviously about the herpes commercial. Same with women on their periods.
Having a great time.
Having a blast. Right. They're always
I'm skydiving.
dancing.
Ignore the little blood trail.
They are always dancing. You're right. Forget
Right.
about cramps.
Right.
You just dance them out. Yeah.
Well, I that's where I learned that all women dance all the time for at least 1 week out of the month. Which honestly, I've been married for quite a while, and I've yet to see that.
I was
happen
gonna say, has she
one
done that?
time. No.
There's been a week where she keeps hitting him with a broomstick, though. Like the handle. What the fuck is wrong with you?
We gotta say, Ron, quit fingering us. I'm surprised
Don't
you
touch
told
this
him to
one,
quit
Jen.
this
Please
time.
just stay away from this one because something bad's gonna happen if you speak. Let's just go to the next comment.
And we got Sam here. She should have been there for the peanut challenge. Yeah, she should have. In fact, I guess I could talk about that just a little bit because I do end up having it like right here next to me. So we ended up doing a horror quiz when it was actually Jack's last episode.
Who?
And every time that we missed a question, we would do the Death Nut Challenge. So I actually ended up winning that. So I still have some left. And obviously, after going through this, I am not going to charge the same amount if somebody wants to push me through a challenge because these things fucking burn. They are hot as fuck.
They were putting hot nuts in their mouth.
Death Nut Challenge. Oh, okay.
And that's
so
what it
there's
looks
a
like when it
thing.
comes out of your butt. A giant, weird, melty skull.
I believe I got level 4 and 5 left. So to say the least, level 5 is 16 million Scoville units, which is a very, very hot peanuts.
It's like
And-
Reaper, Carolina Reaper, and then Ghost Peppers, I think.
Oh yeah, and then it has those hot
yeah.
crystals on it too.
Yeah.
You're like a dragon, you know, when you're.
And then you
kind
can,
of
and then you
reverse
can speak
dragon.
like you can speak, and you can speak like Sean Connery in Dragonheart.
Right. To say the least, the loser of that episode made it through one missed question before he was just done doing any of it.
You mean Little Bitch Smurf?
Yeah, he was out really, really fast.
That would have been me too. I would have been like, oh.
To say the least,
These are not the nuts I want in my mouth. Sorry.
me and Chuck were the only ones that really even got anywhere with it. That's for sure. That was like a 3-hour episode of burning our asses. That's for sure.
I can feel the fire.
Now, here's the question though: Do we want to see how Jen would do on the questions? Because I do still have them sitting next to me.
Oh my god, I'd probably fail. I'm terrible at trivia.
Well, then let's go ahead and pass it because I've seen what your questions.
We don't want to embarrass you.
No. So
you always embarrass me. What are we talking about?
Oh, these are not easy questions at all.
No, I what did I do? I think I missed 2 questions out of 55.
Oh my god.
And they were hard.
Like what kind of perfume does Clarice Starling wear in Silence of the Lambs?
No freaking clue.
Yeah, see? Exactly.
Nut.
Yep.
Yeah, except you get 8 of them per challenge. It was bad.
I am going to sit back and keep my mouth shut because whenever an attractive woman goes, nut, I'm kind of like, yeah, no, can't do it.
Right. So
be sure before you do nut, you head over to manscaped.com and use your promo code TFTP20 and save 20% and get free shipping. So there's nothing down in your area when you nut.
Cooper's here. He says, I interviewed the director of that run, Penelope
Sears. She also directed Wayne's World.
Ooh.
You
Stay up
fucking
night.
youngins.
$30 says you eat them both.
No.
See, that
Need
was
more than
another part of
$30.
our peanut challenges. For $30, you could have pushed any of us through the challenge. So that's why I said I'm not charging $30 no more. These are the hottest ones there. $30 was not
Need
worth
at least 200.
that.
Yeah.
No, 100%. That's actually what I was saying. Like I was thinking $50 for each one. Each pack, it's a 2-player kit. It has 2 challenges in each pack, so that's $200. And let's see, we got Aaron here as well. Yikes! I wouldn't even lick one. I've watched that one chip challenge thing.
Women talking about nut and then
One
licking
chip
nuts, and it's just.
Yeah, this episode's definitely got pretty raunchy. That's for sure.
You're welcome.
Sorry,
On the bright
guys.
side, I do have a sponsor that's okay with it, so it's entirely cool.
I mean, they talk about balls in their ads on YouTube. Have you seen the one about the pool
Weed
player?
whacking.
Yeah, I mean, Christ.
Yeah.
Speaking of
What
weed
else were
whacking,
they
if anybody
whacking?
does it for free and they want to come to my house and do the outside of my home with a weed whacker. Yeah,
Those
no, I'm not
hotter
talking about
fucks,
actual weed whacking. I'm not talking about into your giblets.
I know what you're talking about.
Snip
So,
the
anyway,
Snippy giblets.
I think that pretty much covers us on everything for this episode, guys. And Jen, is there anything else at all that you would like to share, show anybody, or tell anybody about before we go ahead and wrap up, Jen?
Oh.
I don't know. You might have had something really cool.
No, I'm not doing like anything. I'm just going to work. If anybody wants to hire me, hire me. I'm bored.
I can talk to you actually after this because I just recently switched professions myself.
Ooh.
So, yeah, I'll talk to you after the show or whatever. But they're
Now he manually masturbates caged animals for artificial insemination.
yeah, but that's just my side project for fun. That's different.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was gonna be like, I
There's
don't know
not
if
a
I
lot-
want to do that.
There's not a lot of money in it anyway. You know,
No, it's just the
it's one
fun
of
of
the things better as a
nut.
hobby, right?
That's how whenever you talk about nut anywhere, you have to go nut.
Roger played expert at nut to face. Yeah,
gotta go somewhere.
He now does OnlyFans. I've actually been trying to talk Ron into doing OnlyFans for
I was actually
probably close to like
considering-
5 or 6 months now.
Yeah, I was actually considering doing an OnlyFans, and every time I posted, it was just a picture of a fan.
Literally OnlyFans.
Only
Yeah. I love it. You could probably take off pretty well with that.
What's really funny is that I probably would, because people are weird like that, and they would, I don't know if they would appreciate, and maybe it is nut.
I like how you take that nut right to the face.
It's the side of the face, not the front. Don't get it on my glasses or in my mouth, and we're okay.
Now
Nut.
you sound like every other woman.
Yeah, that's fair.
That's horrible.
I think we should end it there.
I'm sorry. That was inappropriate.
No.
So, anyways,
everything
Jen,
else.
thank you so much for coming on. It's always a fucking pleasure.
Thank you for
Everybody,
having me.
please go check out Jennifer Nangle. Check her out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. She's on all your social medias. Go and as you're doing that, check out Malvolia. If you're into horror and you like what we're doing, you are going to love what she has on her page. I mean, there's countless episodes. Me and Jen probably had maybe a 2-month period where I was messaging you after every single episode because I went through every one right after the other.
Yeah.
You know, and like as somebody who is a horror fan and does like independent horror as well, it's really, really good. You will not be disappointed if you go and check it out. That is for sure.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, that's good.
So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and it's Aaron. Yep, she is awesome. Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
100%.
That's my take your crazy pill medicine alarm.
Right. Every time Ron says that, he goes and just moves his head over and eats a handful of gummy bears. So I really have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. Right. So, and yes, Aaron, horror rules. I completely agree. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to drop you down below. Feel free to stay after the show if you want to chat or whatever. So, and thank you again. And everybody, please go check out Jen. Check out Malvolia. We would all appreciate it. So
All of
thank you very much.
Even Ron. Ron will appreciate it.
Ron doesn't appreciate much, so it better be good. Nut.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and drop you down below. Thank you again.
Thanks, guys.
You're welcome.
You should never tell a woman you're going to drop her below.
Oh, whatever. It could be worse. I've heard of
Yeah,
you
it could be
already
with
said in this episode. Great show, guys. Thank you, Cooper. Thank you so much, man. Cooper's he's a great guy too, man. If you guys do have time, I've played his commercial in the commercial block that we did right after the reads for the Epic Tales from the Sewers. If you're into the Ninja Turtles and stuff, he does these really, really cool I'm not really sure, like audio drama styled like podcast episodes where he's going through some of these Ninja Turtle comic books and everything and doing the voices and everything. Like, dude, Cooper's a very talented guy. Like, you know, I guess as far as voice acting goes, I'd put like John Cassier, Justin Cooper. Like he's a lot better than you would imagine somebody who doesn't do it for a living is.
Look, I don't know what you're talking about, but you know, Ron's not too bad either.
right. And here's Sam. Great show. Better if Jack was here. Like I said, dude, there are allegations that are preventing that from being a thing, Sam. And certain kinds of allegations, especially things that are involving minors, keep them off my show.
Can I address that real quick? Not, it won't have anything to do with the with name redacted, but I'm new to the show. And Sam, seeing a comment like that, it hurts my feelings and doesn't make me want to talk to you anymore. Nut.
Oh, can you do it at him?
No, that was all on me.
Right. So yeah, just to give Sam an idea or whatever, and I'll talk to Sam or whatever. I'll message him. And Justin says, I'm just a doofus. No, Justin, you're fucking awesome, dude. That's for sure. And he says, I need Ron to play Rocksteady.
I don't know about all that.
Are you talking visually? Like, are you saying he's as big as Rocksteady?
Thanks.
No, I'm sorry. That's horrible. He says, fine, Ron. Anyways, dude, Ron, dude, you did a great job for your first time on here, dude. It was absolutely fucking fantastic.
Thank you.
Yo, dude, don't thank me. Thank you very much for stepping up and taking over for this and being part of the show, man. I think
it wasn't that hard to fill those shoes.
Well, no, it really wasn't. You were able to do stuff, so I can't bitch. But thank you once again, dude. It is a pleasure for sure.
Oh,
and man, Josh, dude, you and I we'll have to talk here in a little bit, dude. So hopefully, Josh, you stay up, man. Hopefully.
Nut.
Exactly. He says no, thank you. All right. So do you have anything that you want to add before we get the fuck out of here for today?
Just follow me on the socials at I'm Uncle Ron. That's it.
Right. So before we go ahead and I give us our closing thing here, I want to say thank you to House of Mysterious Secrets. Check them out at houseofmysterioussecrets.com. Use our code 4130 and save 10% on your horror merch. I got a really, really cool Chatterer face mask that I can wear and things like that. They got hats, NECA toys. I mean, they have everything, and it's all horror. If you're really into horror, Aaron, I guess this right here is for you. You definitely want to check out this website and write down our code. It is really hard to find any kind of horror merchandise, especially with a discount. And they have some really top-of-the-line products for people to check out. So I strongly encourage any horror fan to really go and check them out and use our code there. We don't really even get anything out of it. They just hook us up with a code so that we can get a discount and everything. But if you're a horror fan, you're going to love it. And, of course, thank you to Manscaped so much. Use our code TFTB20, save 20%, get free shipping, and you're helping the show. If you really want to support us, we have donation links at talesfromthepodcast.com. But if you're not somebody who wants to just donate, go in and use our code for Manscaped products for yourself, your husband, your boyfriend, your dad. Actually does help us out, and we do appreciate it. So, Ron, I guess that's going to go ahead and end it for the episode, dude. So thanks, everybody, for listening. Check us out later. Check Ron out on Twitch. Check out what he has going on over there at you changed the name. What is it? I'm
Uncle Ron. Yep.
I'm Uncle Ron. So go check him out on Twitch. Go check out some pretty cool gaming. It's a lot of fun. And with that being said, guys, the crypt is closed.